Okay, Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum. So the gender and plurality of Ism Tafdheel. Just a few notes on this. So we're going to go through the noun chart with it. So when it's singular, it's akbaru, and then dual akbarani, and then plural akbaruna. So it's pretty much just the standard thing that we see for a noun. And then for the broken plural, akabiru is the pattern, right? So afa'ilu. And then for the singular feminine, it's kubra, right? So like husna, right? It's like the most beautiful in terms of feminine, when it's in its feminine form. Kubarayani, kubarayatun, and then finally for the broken plural is kubarun. So gender and number only apply to an ism tafdheel when it is comprehensive. So when we're dealing with the superlative, we said comprehensive is when you're comparing an entity to everything that could possess that trait, or when you're comparing an entity to everything in a category or group that could possess that trait. And you can go back to the last video to see how that's achieved. So for comparative, regardless of gender and number, the form will always be af'alu, no matter what. So if you're dealing with comparing two feminine entities, you're going to have af'alu. It's only in comprehensive where you're going to have to apply this. So let's take a look at an example for comparative. So Aisha asgharu min Fatima, which translates to Aisha is smaller than Fatima. And in this case, asgharu, it's not feminine, right? It's not on this pattern. It's not like usghar. We would see it on that pattern if this was a comprehensive setup. But rather, it's comparative. So we don't have to worry about the gender of this. It doesn't matter. So just a quick breakdown of this. We have our mubtada being Aisha, ism tafdheel being asghar, min being the harfu jar, forcing the word coming after it to go into a state of jar, therefore we call it majroor, and we would say the min is muta'alliq to asghar because it's ism tafdheel, which can act in place of a verb because it is derived from a verb. And this would translate to Aisha is smaller than Fatima. Okay, let's look at another example. So in this case, we have a plural word, right? We have two plural words, right? So pens and books, but we're still using the singular case for greater. And that's because we're dealing with comparative and it's not necessary. So al-aqlamu akbaru min minal kutubin. So this would be translated as the pens are greater than the books. And now if we want to deal with a case of superlative, we want to say that Aisha is the one who knows the most. In this case, we would have to change the pattern up. We wouldn't be able to use the regular a'lamu pattern. Rather, we would have to change it to the ulma pattern, right? Making it match with the feminine version of the pattern because we're speaking about a female, in the case of superlative. Alright, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.